Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no!
What's that?
Y'all hear me now? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I think y'all can hear me now. My bad, y'all. My bad. I got this thing. And the crazy thing about this headset I got, they got the icon so small for where you could tell if you got the microphone on or you got the microphone off. So as I was saying, sorry about that, y'all. And I was just trying to, because I was trying to fidget with it when I was over there playing the game and trying to see if that was the reason why y'all didn't hear me. But I do apologize for that. So let's go over. What's up, D Dot? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, Black Strawberry Apple? What's up, Cheryl the Spoiler Brunette? Thank you, D Dot, for letting me know about the sign. What's up, Detach? How you doing? See, Detach. If I was a baller, or if you was dating a baller, you'd be the best girlfriend to the baller because you'd be telling the baller that he sucked. I mean, you wouldn't tell him he sucked. You'd be telling him he's good even when he sucked. You know what I mean? You'd be cheering in the stands and all that stuff. So I think Natasha would be a good girlfriend to a baller. I'm just saying. What's up, Nessa ABCDEFG? How you doing? Thank you for the reconfirmation. Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett. Stephanie D, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Tiny? What's up, Spicy and Philly? How you doing? Thank you for being a wonderful moderator and so forth. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Did I tell Nessa A? Well, hello again, Nessa A. There's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on, and there's further confirmation for the way I move, the way I move. You know what I mean? Like on these streets, that's why I tell people who are definitely subscribers to stay in your place. And I don't say that derogatory. I just say that you'll be out there swinging and begging for a content creator, and then they'll make up with somebody who they were just sitting over there swinging and begging 24 hours prior, and then you up there doing the same. And now you up as a subscriber, like what? So that's why I would just say, stay in your place because you never know how these content creators move. In regards to real world news, um, Kamala, however you say her name, selected. What's his name? The other. Oh my God, I forget his name. Sorry, y'all. Walls as her VP. I really thought the other guy, Shapiro, was better, but we don't know these people. You know what I mean? But I thought Shapiro was more smoother. But like I said, we don't know. And Camilla, whatever, may try to find someone who don't pose as a threat, but also who she can work with. So, oh, the men's basketball game is on. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Because when you say you watching the men, I don't know who you talking about. I know you talking about the men divers, the men gymnasts. Tiny says you was right about ODS. What did I say about ODS? Tiny, what did I say about ODS? What did I say about ODS, Tiny? I am highly intrigued. Tiny, what did I say about ODS? I am highly intrigued about why you said I was right about ODS. I'm interested. All right, so today I played basketball. It was all right. I got my cardio in. We had a good team. We played team ball. We played so well that we had the other team yelling at each other. It was fun. That's when you kicking somebody's butt on the basketball court when they're not yelling at you, but they yelling at their teammates. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I had a good team. I didn't do too much, but I had a good team, and they were nothing. They were shooters, and the other team they had talent, but they just didn't gel. So you say so much. Stephanie B says you say so much. What? But Tiny says when you had the Fire Baby interview, he a social climber. He played Brianna and Crew. Well, Tiny, ODS is an opportunist, right? And if you allow him to, you give him a slither of opportunity, he is going to take advantage of it. Is he going to put in work? Is he going to gravitate towards you? Is he going to share tea with you to cement his spot in your group? Yeah, but don't expect loyalty. If he sees an opportunity to outclimb you, then he will. If he sees it's beneficial for him to be part of what you got, then he will do that as well. If he sees an opportunity to further his agenda, he will. That's ODS. I don't think he means it to be malicious, but I feel that he has an agenda, and his agenda comes before you. Just that's 100. That's on period. So you either could deal with it and keep pushing, or you could tell them bye, bye, bye. I mean, just be honest. But I'm glad for you to know that, Tiny. You've been around here for a long time because ODS and I don't talk like that. Like back when we had that situation, because he was Mr. Miyagi, on off. And if you know what on off is, you know what he was doing. So that's him. So, yeah, I saw him at the door. And then on top of that, I saw other stuff that was going on that had his involvement. But I mean, he is who he is. At least he's transparent about it. He'll say, "I'll tell you." So he's transparent about it. At least he don't sit up there and lie or deflect or lie. He'll say, "Yeah, okay, I'm trying to. I'm about my bag." He'll tell you, "I'm about my bag. I'm about my bag. I'm about my bag." So he'll use anybody, anything to get to his bag. Tiny says, "LOL, you saw? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I did." Detach myself says, "Tiny, you old school shit. Tiny been around to know, but I'm just truthful. I'm just truthful. I mean, some people can't handle the truth, and I mean, to be honest, you have to be. You could be truthful and boring, right? Let's be honest. You could be truthful and boring. So in order for me to make it entertaining and engaging for y'all to want to come back, and when y'all see a notification button and hit the welcome come in, you have to put a spin on it. It could be entertainment, it could be some embellishment, but I don't lie on people. And if I do lie on you, it's a whole comedic spin where the audience is going to know that's not true. I know he's just making fun, but I'm never going to put something on somebody and then make it seem like truth when it is. I don't play that way because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. Um, D Dog, you says when you speak, I listen. I hope so. And when you speak, I listen. Right? When you be telling me certain things, I be listening. Stephanie D says, "Sir King, I still look at that interview you did with Fabe. Loved it. Yeah, I mean that was a shock moment for me because I didn't expect her to hit the link, but she did, and I wasn't going. I mean, we had our history, but if you treat me with respect, I'm going to treat you with respect. You know what I mean? But if you come up here trying to disrespect me, then I don't know how much I'm gonna deal with that face to face. What's up, Philly T? How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, let's see who else is in here. Okay, let's get to it. Brianna says thought she stole the prize, but he was a thief. Like will say, ODS is out for himself. He is not loyal, and I don't say this disparagingly because the YouTube streets are not loyal, but he is loyal to no one. Should he be? No, because he probably sees a lot of bullshit in the background where they plot and the plan and to stab each other in the back. So he's probably going to stab you in the front. And you can say, "Oh, that's admirable act, right? Because you're stabbing me in the front rather than the back." So Nita says, "You always listen to my crazy rants." I do. I try to. Tiny says, "Chickens coming home to roost. Women will be dogs." And because then Tiny that they're gonna say, "Oh, Sir King over there encouraging this and encouraging that." No, no, but it's interesting you said that because I was, I was like, "Oh, child, Lemon, you do not know what you're doing." Um, so let's get into it. So yeah, the basketball game. My team won. It was good. The guys were cool. They played team ball. They didn't want to really pass for the ball because, like I told you, people discriminate against people of a certain stature, which is cool, which is fine because I know when I need to put in that work, I put in that work. I made my contribution through rebounds and defense, and that's totally fine. I don't need to be overstressing my body trying to pretend like I'm Michael Jordan or LeBron James at the Olympics. So whatever, it was cool. And like I said, when you have the other team fighting with each other, that's sometimes greater than victory because they're not fighting at you, they're not blaming you, but they sit up there blaming themselves. What's up, 80 baby? How you doing? What's the other thing I want to talk about? So yeah, y'all, the stock market. So let's talk about that real quick for my people who are into stocks. Look, y'all, I feel like I was reading and watching that the Fed is, I think, honestly trying to crash the market because Airbnb just reported their earnings and they were abysmal. I always worry about Airbnb because Airbnb is one of the companies that seems to me that Wall Street loves. But I did my research on Airbnb and I was just like, I don't see them pulling it out, but you never know. You never know. And they have a lot of what's it called? Interest income, meaning that they have a lot of cash on hand that gets interest, that develop interest in Wall Street likes that for some reason. What's up, Love Blake? But to make a long story short, they dropped $18. They dropped $18. So that's to me, because I always said with the housing rates, the inflation, people are not traveling, right? People are not traveling. People are pulling back their purchases. People are pulling back their money, their saving because the economy is hard out here and all this stuff. And when you see those kind of what they call it, leisure travel or discretionary spending, when you see that kind of stuff, that's a telltale sign as to what's to come. So I was also looking at Caterpillar, but they seem to have gone up today. But like I said, if you're into stock, a lot of these companies, and let me just tell you something. You remember that it was a huge sell-off on Monday, right? Everything was red. All these people sold off, and I felt like that shocked the market. We talked about Warren Buffett. He sold. It shocked the market, and I felt like it messed with a lot of the big boys. To be honest, they messed with a lot of the big boys. I think Jeff Bezos, somebody lost like $15 billion in one day, 15 billion in one day. And I felt like the reason why people saw the stock market go up today, I felt like that allowed some of the big boys to recoup what they unexpectedly lost because it caught a lot of people off guard, I feel. And now you see that the market's up today. Why is the market up today? Don't make no sense to me. So I just feel like in the next couple of days, the market is going to go down again because, like I said, the Fed's got to cut the interest rate. But that's all I want to say about the economy. Just plot and plan. All right, now we're going to get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. We'll be right back. We're going to take a brief commercial break. All right. In case you didn't see Dimples, she's running around here. She was over there on VS, sounding like somebody stuffed the damn sausages down her throat. Oh, she did not sound her normal wannabe woman self. But anyway, child, where that damn Dimples clip at? Ooh, hold on. No, that's James. No, that's Heidi. No, that's Big and Ness. Child, where that lady at? Yeah, I think it's hiding from me. It's so ugly. Ooh, child. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Well, here's Jay Dunn.
Lord have mercy.
Who the fuck cares if it look like I'm Humpty Dumpty? I can motherfucking run. I could walk. I could sprint. I could put on skates. I could skate around the skate rink. I could put on ice skates. I could skate around the ice skating rink. I could do every motherfucking thing. Knees knocking and all. And I could put on the strap. Who the fuck cares if it look like I'm Humpty Dumpty?
Anyway, well, then also King Roman out here running the muck as well. So here we go. Yeah. So that's King Roman. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit when we talk about Demon Soul. Yeah, Black Pearl. A lot of people think that rich people buy when things are high. No, they cheap. They the cheapest. They cheaper than you and I and anybody in this damn chat. We want to buy over. That's $250 now. Let me go get that. But while they waiting for the stock price to go down to $100. So yeah, so it's interesting. It's time for encourage y'all to educate yourselves. So while they're waiting for the stock market to crash, They go and buy these stocks at bargain basement prices. And while those who bought at high are crying because now their portfolio is looking like doo doo. So, like I said, they kind of want this to happen, but they don't want to be caught off guard. They want to sell high and buy low. But like I said, it's the way of wealth, I guess. All right, so let's get into it. What we gonna talk about first? Let's talk about Lemon first. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw Wiley's on there. Now, mind you, I didn't watch the broadcast. I didn't know if I was dreaming. I was like, what the hell? Why Wiley? And Wiley had the whole full screen. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he was just yapping. So I'm like, nah, Lemon must be playing some old footage, which further cementing that this whole show thing and maybe all connected together. Because I told you, Ness was sitting up there playing Sean Bradley footage as if they were cool. And they're like, what? So yeah, so I tuned in, but I didn't, like I said, I was half awake, so I really didn't and I definitely did not want to see Wiley. But kind of found out Wiley was over there. Pretty much took over Lemon's broadcast because they say Lemon had fallen asleep. Now, let me tell you, Lemon, I gotta talk about what we talked about in private and bring it to the forefront because maybe it will get through to him. But Lemon, why do you not have a backup page? Why do you not have a backup page? Either you didn't know if Wiley was going to pull out his rusty dusty dick to sit up there and sabotage you, and you would have been over there snoring, and then your page would be taken because they violated YouTube guidelines. Thank God, I did hear that he was doing something crazy over there, but hopefully it's not enough to get your page taken. Like, you work too hard to build what you have to so easily lose it, unless you want to lose it. So why not? And it's not like you don't have a problem with people going over to your page to resubscribe to your backup page. So why haven't you started a backup page? It just blows my mind. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want the responsibility of managing 2 pages, 2 logins, or whatever. But you gotta have a backup to the backup. Because what did we sit up here and see what happened to King Roman? After what I heard, Themis O struck him because you got to know Themis O and what's his name? Oh Lord, Themis O and King Roman got into it. So apparently he did something on his community wall, and she's taking responsibility for knocking him out the game for 7 days. Now he has to go shift attention to his backup page. A lot of people don't even know that you got a backup page. They're just thinking that you're not going live. So, but on top of that, if they take your main page, they don't play. Just like Jay Wilson's page, if you're around for that time, got taken for nudity. It wasn't no warning. It wasn't no 7 days. It wasn't no 2 weeks. It wasn't no 3 weeks. They were like, bye, 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 bye. And they took his whole page. All his coins were gone. He went and tried to file an appeal, and they said, oh, hell no, to the no. You show dick, you had dick, therefore we gonna be like a dick and then take your page. And they did. So Lemon, why would you want to do that? Because I already told you that. Say your friends or your so-called friends are not going to promote you to get you where you are on that second page. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's what I got to say about that. I'm not going to bash him, but I am going to tell him what to do in regards to you just can't be leaving your platform open to people and people plotting and planning. So let's talk about Wiley. I don't like to say I don't like people, but I don't have a lot of tolerance for Wiley because he sit up here he tried to bash avatars. Bash avatars saying that people who show themselves should get more credibility than those who don't. At the end of the day, it's a decision. You can show yourself or you cannot show yourself. Right? I feel avatars have it harder because we don't have that connection that a person who shows themselves can. Like a person could immediately gravitate to someone because they can see their skin tone, they can see their background, they can see their child, they can see their hair, all this stuff. We didn't got that luxury, right? So, and then he was over there trying to coin this area, Section 8 sector, and all this. He did a lot of bullshit, let's be honest, all right? But he thinks it's funny, he thinks it's comedic, but I think it's very derogatory and represents black people in a bad light. Then on top of that, his ass is over there. It was ironic. The first time I tuned into him recently, he over there supporting Trump. And I'm sitting up here, Negro, do you not know Trump would dismiss you at the sight of you, and then if you don't leave in the way that he wants you to leave, he will sit up there and activate his minions to incarcerate you. And your rationale for wanting to support him is so damn dumb. Dumb. He trying to take away the programs that you need for help. Don't you need medicine? Don't you need medical wellness? Don't you need like counseling? He's trying to take away all that stuff from people like you. He does not feel like people like you are a benefit to society. He actually looks like you're a detriment to society in his eyes. He don't see the benefit of people to you. He feels that you guys, like the people who in your area or like in your demographic, are a burden. To be honest, and to see you so wildly support that man, I mean, it would have to be for Trump to call you the N word in your face for you to get the point. That's crazy. And then on top of that, I feel Wiley may have had a stroke because he's not talking the same like he used to, unless his tongue got fat. I don't know, but he didn't. He don't sound like the Wiley that I've heard 3-4 years ago. He sounds like someone who may have had a stroke or his tongue got fat. I don't know, or maybe he has some neurological delay. I don't know, but it's just yeah, so let's get into that. So he's over here now because he's in a desperation mode. He had to move from Houston now to Vegas. He's in desperation mode. What I've heard that the other areas have blacked him out, the entertainment sector. So now he's come over here, seeing an opportunity to capitalize on what we got going on because he knows that the B sector is always a sector that has some very resourceful people, meaning they have resources and are willing to give to the people who come on here and provide them with entertainment, which are the content creators. So now he sees Lemon as a mark. He sees Ness and Lemon as a mark, but more so Lemon because Lemon don't know him like we know him. Like, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know him by his works. And that's why I hopped on Kimmie today and was like, yo, Lemon, stay away from this man. Lemon, don't trust this man. Lemon, don't believe anything he say. He will set your ass up to get one notch above you. He's going to siphon you off, thinking that he has a presence, but only to your own detriment because he's going to sit up there and divert those cash apps that be for you to him. And at the end of the day, Wiley's going to use the entertainment element, somewhat like Shaquem, to sit up there and it be financial beneficial to him. So you got to watch him. He is very sneaky and he has a loyalty to no one. And Lemon, if I was you, I would really be thinking that you have to be careful that this man is a plant. And he already says that, people don't want me around, not me per se, or don't want him around because he will become the number one show. He will become the main attraction. Not you, not Ness, but he will. And he will do anything he has to, whether it stab you in the back or whatever. Just be careful. Don't have no heart to heart conversation with him. Don't trust him. Don't say, "Hey, brother Wiley, can you tell me this? Can you tell me that?" Because he will throw it up in your face to your to your regret. He is known for his works. He is loyal to no one, and he may be sent on a mission. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking the truth. No hate, no joy, just the truth. Black Strawberry Apple says Lemon is going to learn about sleep on his page the hard way. He already did that with ZX. Shake my head. Yeah, he going. I mean, it is a chore. He's pulling 6 to 7 to 8 hour shifts on top of what he doing during the day. That is a long time. We used to do that during the pandemic day, and it's draining, especially as someone who's monitoring the channel, because you got to monitor the chat, you got to monitor the people on, you got to make sure you're in compliance with YouTube guidelines, all that. So of course he's drinking and he's doing other extracurricular activities. So of course he gonna nod off. But come on, you know. Mm. Let me see. Let me see what else I was saying. I thought he had someone to turn his off with. And be careful who you trust with that. I heard somebody tell me who that was. I'm like, all right. Black Pearl says, I was so afraid of that happening. He's risking his page falling asleep and leaving folks on his page. People are very calculated, and they will see that. And he's very welcoming. He don't holler at anybody, but everybody got here in the gym. Your friend ain't your friend around here. You just maybe you knew these people, maybe you don't know these people. I don't know. Let me see what y'all saying. He said Wiley was doing the most. Yeah, he was doing the most today. He think he funny, and I'm like, really? Black Strawberry Ass says facts. D-Dot says, I know a grown man limit hates always getting his unsolicited advice, but it's only because we care. I agree. But what happens when we turn out to be right? Ain't nobody gonna sit there and promote your page. I mean, I will, but ain't nobody gonna sit there. I'm just like, no, the people you mess with, Brianna, Ness, Pizarro, and if they do, they're gonna charge you a fee. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I already said this before, like a couple of weeks back. Someone suggested that he set his phone clock to wake himself up, or he should get a trusted managing director. But it's very scary. I agree. Or in the broadcast, right? You ain't gotta appease everybody. You ain't gotta do a 4 or 5 hour show every night because that's like an extra shift, you know. But at the end of the day, okay, I mean, that would be my suggestion to him. That's all. So, good job. I told y'all. People are stopping traveling, and anyway, yeah, there isn't really nothing funny about Wiley. I mean, it's just weird. Like I say, he he comes from a broken background from what he was talking about today. I mean, that's sad and all that, but yeah, I heard that Stephanie. I mean, you got to really trust somebody. It's like you should be lending that to somebody who don't even have a channel, right? Because who's to say one day they might get up and fuck your shit up, right? Because you came at somebody that you didn't know who they really like. It's weird out here because you don't know who really likes somebody more than they like you until you do something. So let's get into the next thing. I honestly like see this is the thing with Ness. That's why I say you gotta be careful how you go at people. So apparently she went at VS and VS is not too happy. Leave VS alone. I tell anybody leave VS alone because you don't know how she gonna take what you gonna say. Right? So apparently Ness has said something derogatory about her, or I think Ness has said something about her coming to Vegas. I don't know. And VS took that and is now hounding that woman to the point that she called her from state to state. VS had called Publix, which I guess is some grocery store in Florida. Then found out that the girl that Ness had set up there and videotaped the girl at some smoke shop that she got a crush on. Found out where that smoke shop was, had a conversation with the girl, and then set up there and labeled Ness a predator. She is on Ness's ass. And that's what happens when you got the crown on your head and you want the limelight and you talk so much shit to people. People are not going to be considerate about how they can get you back. So, like I said, it is insane. It is crazy. I mean, like we all know, VS reached out to the preacher in there. You got to be careful who you do commentary on and what they're willing to do to get you back for your opinion. But you sit up here and think you the big Dondada. I hope them cash app checks, and I hope that check they come on the 21st is worth it. For real, for real. Or just shut up and don't say nothing. Know who you can target and know who you can't target. There's people I do not mention over here because I do not feel like dealing with their ass. I don't feel like dealing with their reactionary action. So I don't mention them. Other people I know who I can go at and they will just dust it off. They won't even care, and I could proceed with my day. They may say something about me, and it's cool. She don't know who to leave the fuck alone, and that's her problem. So I hope she recognized that. Leave that lady alone. That lady really don't bother you unless you go out of your way to bother her. She said that, and she pretty much has held true to that. You know, She don't bother you unless you bother her. So just leave her alone. She ain't nobody go. She may say something. Oh, I don't know why Ness is, relevant. But that's as far as she gonna go unless you go at her, and that's her mo. Um, Stephanie D says at the time when Lemon was over there, I never thought he got drunk like that. Stephanie D, I've never entertained alcohol on here, and I've always wanted to complete the broadcast from beginning to end. Then sometimes I fail. Where did I sometimes take a impromptu nap during the broadcast, but I woke my ass up, you know. But I always make sure I try to stay awake. But he has so many nefarious people circling him that they may want to seize an opportunity for that. And then on top of that, now you've given I'm not speaking negatively about anybody, but you've given managing control of your channel to someone who may bring somebody up that you would not, who may now bring somebody up that you have an issue with that he does not know you have an issue with, or she don't know you have an issue with, and fuck up your shit. Like that's a big thing to give someone keys to your castle. But if you trust them enough, then so be it. Like I said, I don't know y'all history. All right. What's up, Fruits of Labor? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Stephanie says the only thing I can say about Ness, she tells too much of her business. She don't know when to hush, and she don't know when to shut up too. Right? She don't know when to like stop bothering people or saying things about people. I know she thinks she's funny, but you gotta know how far to go. There's definitely a mental health issues on it, for real, for real. Because I said it the other day when I was speaking with Urban. Um, that this app allows people to not even live their home, but be able to interact with people who they know they wouldn't be able to interact in real life. They don't have the social skills, maybe they have anxiety, or they maybe have mobility issues. So they're allowed to take on a role or something all on their own, right? And then it just manifests from there. So the app has evolved into something. Maybe they thought it was created for, maybe it wasn't. I mean, definitely has its pros and its cons, right? Um, I mean, it has its pros because I'm able to tap in to learn about the stock market and tune into different, broadcasts, But on the other hand, you got this other segment where people are tearing each other apart, and violating each other's privacy and saying some of the most heinous things. So I guess it's a choice on how you determine how you're going to use it. What's the other thing we want to talk about? Kimmie versus Treecey. Kimmie versus Treecey. Now, I'm not too much up to date on this situation in terms of the ins and outs, but for what I understand, there were some moderators and strong supporters of Kimmie who got dogged out by Treecey. Something. Kimmie had to pull a customer service move on Treecey. I think it dealt with Dr. Soapy and somebody else. So I'm sure she close. I know she close with some of those people who got attacked by Treecey. So Kimmie had to pull a customer service move on Treecey. Because we know how just the other day, Kimmie's like, "Oh, Treecey cakes, oh Treecey," but Treecey had been toting the line in Kimmie's chat of being disrespectful, like outwork disrespectful. She When you're a content creator, you're not a subscriber. You lose the liberty to be actively disrespectful or in disagreement when you're in a content creator's chat because that just throws off the balance of the chat. If you're a subscriber, you have that liberty to do so, right? I'm not going to go over at Kimmie's and just keep dogging her in and out and rebutting everything she say in her commentary. You just don't do that because you wouldn't like somebody to come over there and do that to you, right? And Treecey had been doing that for a couple of lives when Kimmie was doing her commentary. And I know Kimmie, she don't like that. She's not gonna call you out, but she's gonna take mental note and it's going to seek the opportunity to get her get back, right? So I feel that's the situation with Treecey. All that consideration that maybe Kimmie had for Treecey and not dogging her out went out the window because once again she was in her chat doing the most. So what happens? She gets earns word that Dr. Soapy and some other people are spoken to or treated negatively by Treecey, and she went in and dogged out Treecey, even talked about Treecey, talked about She smelled like mustard and all that other stuff, right? So, and they fell out. They fell out. Kimmie dogged her out. I really don't watch Treecey like that, so I don't know what Treecey said, but I knew enough that, Kimmie went in on Treecey as if they were never best friends or YouTube colleagues. So, yeah. But that was definitely a protect my friend move by Kimmie for whoever, Treecey set up there. I know Dr. Soapy was involved in that situation too. So, yeah. So that's how I feel about that. Fruits of My Labor says, we all saw Bless Walkers did not respond to VS upon her turn. She chose peace over mayhem. That's what she chose. But you also got to understand that whole situation with Bless stemmed from, I think VS was trying to get some get back because she feels that Bless Walkers may have said some stuff, not negatively, but allowed some information that should never got out. What's up, Watanya Jones? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Well, y'all know I got to do my begging right now, so feel free if you want to. $ Sir King Crown. I appreciate your generosity. If you can do so, I don't guilt people. I don't put people in a headlock. I don't do what Wiley does to say, "Oh, he got evicted and he broke and all that." No, if you want to give, feel free to give, and thank you for doing so.
Thank you for the cash app. I'll be forgetting to. Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Thank you, though. Thank you for the cash app.
All right, Fruit Labor, thank you for listening at work. We appreciate you being able to multitask. All right, what else we want to talk about real quick? Hold on. Talk about Wiley. Talk about Kimmie versus Treecey, Ness. Uh, 3 months old, like I said, 3 months old got her get back. She says, for what I'm hearing, she's the one that hit Lord have mercy, King Roman's news page, and he now has to go onto a backup and all that. So yeah, so that's interesting. Regarding Honest Row and Brian, yeah, that's an odd, interesting situation. So yeah, they were over there fussing and fighting. I really don't know the conclusion of that, but honestly, I feel like they have an attraction to each other and so forth. Shaquem, we'll see. I mean, like I said, Brianna's the only one that's really supporting his antics. I did hop up and sit on YT cameras yesterday. I was adamant about that, and I feel that I heard that he turned on her and showed how he canceled his membership. It's just like, okay, keep burning them bridges. I'm glad you're burning them because I think what he's doing, people give to you in order to help you get to a place and you don't go or you find a reason as to go. People don't like that. People don't over here don't like that. They like, okay, I helped him get there. I played my role in this entertainment that we're enjoying, but they don't like to be reneged on and then played on and then made fun of and then spoken down to. So, um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anything else? I don't know. Is that it? I think that's it. All right, that's it. To be honest, I mean, they're trying to put charges on this, but I don't think that has no legs. Reason why? I mean, Ness was in a public place and stuff like that. You got to be careful when you secretly recording things with people because you don't know what people are going to say. Was she wrong? Yes, she's got to contain her lustful spirit. But this internet thing is a crazy thing. Stephanie DC says, well, King Roman News backup page is doing well. That was the page we were on today. Okay, yeah. Like I said, he has a backup page. So, but like I was telling Lemon needs to get a backup page because you never know when people are going to try to take you out the game. Regarding Vegas, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I hope it goes off without any hitch. But there's too many people involved. Too many people involved. You don't know who they're talking to. Like I learned from this app, you don't know who talking to who. You don't know who's setting you up. And like I always say, you don't know who talking to you if they really like you more or better than the person they talking to, right? Because you're not privy to their conversation. because they may be talking to someone who you can't stand, but the person they talking to, they love that person. It's the most mind-boggling thing ever. But what I also learned from that situation is you could tell if that person is trustworthy by giving them a little rotten egg. Meaning, I could tell. Let's see, maybe I could tell Stephanie D. Oh, I broke my leg during our conversation in the back end, and I only tell Stephanie D. Right, and I could talk to multiple people. If I find out that Stephanie D told somebody that I broke my leg, I know that she's not trustworthy. And then I want to know, who did she tell her how to get out, right? So, like I said, this YouTube application can teach you a lot of, you know, I don't want to say tricks, but tools to use to decipher who is true to you and who isn't. So, because they not being true to you. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just sharing with y'all. Because one thing you can't do, you can't trust people. Like, I ain't speaking negatively of Jay Dunn, but I'm surprised how many people trust Jay Dunn. Because Jay Dunn is for herself. You cross Jay Dunn, she will mention it, and she has the voice of innocence, right? So she'll say it so nonchalant, as you would think nothing's wrong, but that person, that information that she's speaking on, sees that as instant betrayal, right? And if you know the history of Jay Dunn and VS, you should all be flabbergasted that they're so close to how they close started out, right? They're very close now. But if you know the history of VS and Jay Dunn, you're like, what? That's why I always tell subscribers to stay in their place. Because you never know how these people gonna make up in the back end. You said they won? Great. I hope they better not lose with that team they got. I don't know how they trust her. Jay Dunn, if you had, on first sight, is someone that you think is innocent, sweet, and all that. If there's some people who have that ability, or the what they call it aesthetics, that can really trust people, but they can't. And Jay Wilson over there talking about what kind of pissed me off about Jay Wilson? He over there singing, clapping, happing, all that stuff, and it's really not, to me. See, if that situation happened with a trip that I put together and I had to cancel, and I knew that people went into their own funds, I wouldn't be coming over here laughing, giggling, and all that. I would still do an animated broadcast, but I wouldn't do it because the way he's doing, because it's like you rubbing it in the people's faces that you don't care. Like, they done set up and spent money to see you, you just cancel, not because of you, because of your secretary, and you just acting like you really don't give a damn. I'm just saying. At least allow it to get 24 to 48 hours since that announcement passed to get back to singing and all that stuff that you're doing. Because that's bad business. You don't know how you may have impacted that person who now got to take a trip, who you were their motivation to go there for. So I'm saying, like, that's just messed up. But he was talking over there earlier about choices, and he was really talking about Wiley and how people made bad choices and all this stuff, and how he's got options, this and options that. His options are very limited. Let's be honest. We live in a social media age. We live in a digital era, and it's going to get worse because they're scrubbing people's faces on this YouTube application. They're putting it in a database and all that shit, right? How are they training AI to recognize different objects, people? One of the main criticisms of, what's up, Natasha? Long time no see. One of the main criticisms of AI was that it did not have a lot of black representation in its samples. So when it came across a black person, it misrepresented what it was. Why? Because it did not have enough samples. They were not using. There's a plethora of white people, right? So it had enough samples, but in terms of black people and different images and stuff like that, it immediately thought that, oh, that's just a white person or something was off, right? So, it's just like, you have to be careful how you share yourself out here, because all this shit is getting stored in a database and they're teaching it how to quickly recognize it. I was watching a movie last night called Enemy of the State, dealing with Will Smith and all this stuff. And this is old. This movie had to be in 1990s. It was good though. The man had been off the grid for all this time. He went to go help Will Smith because the NSA, whatever, some government agency was after him because he had something. The man told him, "Do not get on the phone. Don't leave the car." Will Smith goes to the payphone and make a quick call. They hone in on the call, locate where the man is. So they were at a convenience store. The man had been off the grid for all these years. All he did was look into, he wasn't expecting, but the security camera got his face. They ran his face and was able to recognize who he, like, bring up his past. Because they do all this stuff with dimensions and all that, indentations and all that shit. I'm sure it's way superior now. But, YouTube allowed for a lot of people's faces to be scraped and put into these databases. Obviously without your permission. But, you know. So just be careful. I just tell you, be careful how you move. And going back to Jay Wilson, he can never ever run. I don't feel he can ever run for office if that's his ambition, whether it be mayor or for Senate. He can never run unless he has like facial surgery and reconfigures his face. Because of the things he said on here. Right? You gotta be careful how you move and what you say. Because people are quick to cut and edit and excerpt. They don't tell the full story. But he's definitely said some things and made fun of people who he will be representing in his area, right? There's tons of Ricos around who are dealing with substance abuse, alcohol, social economic disadvantages, mental health to some degree, past trauma. So, and then you speak down on them. Would you really vote for someone with Jay Wilson if they would have present you a 30-second clip of him? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't vote for him, no matter what was the history behind he and Rico, because you just don't want to know that somebody has those kind of tendencies to say those kind of things. So. Let me see what y'all saying. Fruits of Labor says good money, good movie. Yeah, I was definitely, and I don't really watch old movies, but that was definitely a good movie. If y'all want to check it out, Enemy of the State. You probably could get it for free. It's been so old. Nurse Shay, what's up, Nurse Shay? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here with your beautiful self. Natasha Holder says, yes, girl, life too damn short for messy people. It sure is. People gotta go outside and stuff like that. You said, I'm fine in Barbados enjoying the crop over. Okay. Okay, we see you, Natasha. All right, other than that, that's about it, y'all. I'm gonna have to get up out of here. But that's about it, y'all. That's about it. Unless anybody has any other questions, I got about 5 minutes. Feel free to ask any question if you so choose to regarding Vegas. I just hope everything goes okay. But me personally, I would tell Lemon, why are you going? But I already know Lemon has reality TV ambitions, right? So I don't think his privacy is that of a concern. But I'm just like, bro, like you have to be careful with these people. Like, you just out. I just like, and like somebody put in my chat, like I just let me shut up. I ain't saying no. I ain't saying that. I just feel like be careful, Lemon, because I don't know. I just don't. I'm not. I know I'm stuttering what I'm saying. I just don't want to say it. We don't want to give things life, but at the end of the day, I just say, Lemon, like, just be careful, bro, because it's just like you have what other people don't have. You have somewhat of a veil, right? You have somewhat of privacy. Ness don't have no privacy. Everybody knows her middle, last, first name, and her past history from beginning to end, to now. You ain't had to sacrifice that yet. I'm just saying. I mean, we got to do a pro con thing. You ain't had to sacrifice that yet. So you gonna give that up? I mean, once you go to Vegas, that's it, bro. It is a wrap. Unless you gonna hire a clone to impersonate you in the go issue, it's a wrap. So think long and hard. Are you willing to give that up? That's what I would say. That's what I would say. What's up, your pleasure 721? How you doing? If you want to deal with that, so think long and hard. As invasive as these people are, think long and hard. Do you really want to give that up? And maybe you're ready to give it up. I don't know. Yeah. So, but as we know, the money don't last forever. People switch out on you day to day, whether where they want to spend their money. And Mama YouTube is always changing they rules. So those are two catalysts or two factors you have to take into account. For real, for real. For real, for real. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Hopefully you guys have been thoroughly entertained or at least enlightened. So you said scary saying it like that? Well, I have to be truthful. And I really, to be honest with you, I haven't really got into the scary part of it. I'm keeping it 100. I really haven't gone into the scary part of it. That's like the light. That's the light. And I had to go light so people can understand what direction I'm coming from. But I'm not going to put what I could say in the atmosphere because that may give people some ideas, and I definitely won't do that. But I've seen things. Like I've seen things. And these people are very patient and methodical. And when they want to drop shit, they'll drop it at the appropriate time. Right? Right? They'll drop it at the appropriate time. They're not gonna drop it when it don't matter. They'll sit on it, they'll wait on it, they'll collect it. They'll look for the opportune time. They'll have 2 years on something and wait for Vegas to drop something. Right? Just saying. That's how the street works, unfortunately. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Like I said, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $, Sir King Crown. Appreciate your support. Please thumbs up the live. And like I say, if you're a subscriber or you're a chatter, stay in your place because these content creators are doing back-end deals that will make you look like a fool. They'll sit up here, pretend like they don't like you, and then the next day, I mean, not like you, but they don't like each other. And then you'll see them laughing and kikiing on each other's panel. And you are over there, now I got to deal with the wrath of the person or the content creator that you cursed out for, the subscriber you were supporting. So just think. That's all. Thank you, Detach. I will talk to you guys later. Be well. Bye, y'all. Ooh,
Tofu Alley. No beef, just tofu. That boy is good.
Bye, y'all.